proud sponsors of the Cars Ireland YouTube channel. Cartel.ie, for car history data you can trust. Buying a used car? Get an exclusive coupon code now. See the comment section for more details.
These pants are a stupid idea. What was I thinking? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, for anyone who regularly watches, we did celebrate Mazda's 100th birthday recently with the test drive of the CX-30. And this week we are celebrating again, like a petulant child just dragging out its birthday for a week, with the Mazda 3 100th anniversary edition. Now, to my eyes anyway, the Mazda 3 is one of the best, actually no, it's the best looking mid-size hatchback on sale today. I don't know if anything else quite gives it a run for the money. I'm sure other people have different opinions, and please do let us know in the comments if you think there is a better looking hatchback. This particular one is helped in no part thanks to some of the little flourishes and touches that the anniversary edition does give it. So it comes in a millennial triggering snowflake white, which is very striking, very nice, and some gloss black alloys that are 18 inches with some nice 100-year badging in the middle, little red badge there. You get some black side skirts down here to contrast the white, and a black spoiler as well, just to complete the whole look. Honestly, we'll just stand back together and have a look. Yeah, look, that's very pretty, isn't it? Very pretty Mazda. So the back seats of the Mazda 3. Now, as we all know, style sometimes compromises practicality and functionality, and the Mazda 3 is no different in that regard. It is tight back here. I'm 6 foot and I'm sitting behind myself in my driving position, and my knees are fairly wedged up against the seat in front. It's tight. Likewise, headroom, there is enough, I'm okay, but it's close. Other than that, it's very nice back here. You have your armrests with your cup holders, you have your Isofix, and that's about it. And you have your burgundy, obviously. An okay back seat. Inside, the Mazda 3 100th anniversary edition is basically given the same treatment as the CX-30 100th anniversary edition. It's sort of like, you know, when your granny had a favourite grandchild and on your birthday they got a present too, but on their birthday you didn't get one. That's sort of what's happening here. The 3 and the CX-30 are getting basically the same treatment. But it's my birthday, Granny. Why is he getting a present too? So the most obvious one, and my stupid pants choice aside, is the burgundy leather seats, the burgundy carpets. The leather seats also have the embossed badging on the headrest, which looks lovely. I don't know how you feel about the burgundy carpets. Maybe it's overkill. You might have expected black, but it definitely lifts it. It's kind of cool, and it's different. It's just different. You don't see it. I think we can all agree the interior is fantastic. It's just intuitive, it's uncluttered, and I think the word that might encapsulate it most is just elegant. And on top of that, everything feels solid and really well built. There's nice soft padding on the armrests here on the side, soft padding on the armrest on the door. Steering wheel is coated in leather and it feels really nice to hold. You have nice soft leather on the dash. This is soft. No, that's not soft. That's not soft, but it feels of good quality. Soft leather underneath. As with all other Mazdas, they are sticking with the you control your infotainment via a rotary dial idea rather than a touchscreen. If I had one, I suppose, complaint, it'd be that the screen is sort of dropped in there and maybe it detracts from the overall elegance of this excellent interior. I would like it to maybe recess in, or I don't know, be integrated just a bit better. It's just sort of plonked on there. The basic idea of the celebration with the 100th anniversary edition is to throw all the toys at the Mazda 3. So I'm not going to list them all because we'll be here all day, but there's loads and loads of high-tech safety stuff. They have the 360 camera on the reversing camera as well. There's cross-traffic alerts and blind spot monitorings and driver alerts and driver monitoring. Endless safety stuff. And on top of that, we have radar guided cruise control. You have heated steering wheel, heated seats. Plus, if you want people to react when they get into your car, get this, because everyone that sees it just takes a second to be like, oh wow, burgundy interior. And most people do like it. Please do let us know what you think in the comments. I hope the camera picks it up well, because it is a nice setup. And it's not as gaudy in OTT as you might think. So you may well be wondering about price now. And the entry level for a Mazda 3 is about €29,000. And if you want to order this special edition, it's about 37,000 euro. Now the first thing that hit me when I was first driving the Mazda 3 was just how well it handles and how well it steers. You learn it very quickly. It's got a very intuitive nature to it. So even something simple like a roundabout. You come into the roundabout, you put on your X amount of lock, and it just seems to make sense very quickly what you need to do to get those tires in the right position. It all just makes sense very quickly to you. And that is a very satisfying thing to experience, just to get in and very intuitively feel the car and understand exactly where those tires go, where the placement is needed, and yeah, just a very satisfying experience to start out with. Now Mazda have a more alternative approach to engine choices than most manufacturers nowadays. So in something like a mid-size hatchback, you would expect maybe a 1 litre turbocharged petrol, a 1.5 litre petrol, turbocharged again, and maybe a small diesel as well, I don't know, 1.4, 1.6. But that's not what Mazda have done, that's not the route they're going. They have decided to offer two 2-litre petrol engines and one 1.8 diesel. So the lower output Skyactiv G petrol engine has about 122 PS. There is a 1.8 diesel and that has 116 PS. And the one we're driving today is called the Skyactiv X, and that has the most power at 186 PS. The other headline figures for the Skyactiv X are 240 Newton meters of torque at about 4,000 revs, a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time of 8.1 seconds, and a quoted fuel economy figure of 5.3 litres per 100 kilometers. So on paper those figures are pretty decent, but the one I want to draw your attention to is that 240 Newton meters of torque at 4,000 revs. So to really get this engine up and moving, you do have to be higher in the rev range than you might be used to if you are coming from a smaller capacity turbocharged petrol engine. You do have to work it, you do have to really hang on to the gears a bit longer than you might be used to. Once you get past the 4,000 revs, there is a bit of kick and overtaking is actually not a big deal. It's just you have to be aware of that style of driving. It's not the greatest sounding engine in the world, and I will try to demonstrate here. Third gear onto a slip road, 40 kilometers an hour, and put the foot down. So you get nothing torque now. And then, yeah, like once you are up over 4, between kind of 3.5 and 5, there's actually a decent kick. If I was buying one, I would definitely stretch to the Skyactiv X more powerful option, because I think the G just wouldn't have enough power or torque to really suit this car. I would have thought maybe because it is a 2-litre petrol it would have affected the fuel economy, but it doesn't seem to be hugely different to those smaller capacity engines. I've been floating around 6 litres per 100 kilometers, which is I think 47 miles per gallon, give or take. The quoted is 5.3, which is about 53 miles per gallon. The gearbox on today's car is a 6-speed manual, and I think there is an automatic option on the Mazda 3 lineup, not on the 100th anniversary edition. All these little specifics for the anniversary edition that I need to remember. Either way, do not get the automatic, get this 6-speed manual, because it's one of the best out there. It's very snappy, it's very smooth, and yeah, definitely one of the best I've driven all year. It's just a top quality gearbox, and I can't imagine the automatic will be better than this. You've got a great sense of where those front tires are all the time, and the feedback is just right. Just enough weight without being too artificial, and not too light that you basically can't feel anything, which is not uncommon on these kind of cars. It's also perfectly competent and comfortable on the motorway, doing 120 kilometers an hour. You're only a tick over at 2,500 revs. And it cruises along quietly, calmly, and actually better than the CX-30, because you're not getting the level of wind noise that you do get on the higher crossovers. Body roll is basically non-existent, and you can feel a sense that it has been set up for a sportier drive. So the ride is a tad stiffer than you might expect. I'm sure that's not helped by having those very good looking gloss black 18-inch alloys, But it's not that it's particularly bad, it's just maybe a hint on the stiffer side. The steering is the real star. It's very accurate, very responsive, and you really get a sense of placement as you go around the corners. Yeah, you're very confident in where those front tires are all the time. There's actually a great sense of connection, and it is fun to drive too. Like, it will put a smile on your face, which is rare. Because of the engine setup, you never feel like you're losing grip or the torque is too much for the front tires because it has a much more linear power curve. It never scrambles for grip at all. Look, I think when it comes down to it, if you want what is possibly the best looking family hatchback out there and has some of the best driving dynamics out of any of the other ones on the market, the Mazda 3 is worth a look. Definitely add it to your shortlist because it can be easily forgotten. And it's worth a look, and people are missing out if they're not trying it. So that is our Mazda 3 review. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked it, and thanks for subscribing. We are tantalizingly close to 25,000 subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated if you could just click that little button and give us a little subscribe to help us get to that very, very satisfying milestone. If you'd like to search for a Mazda 3 on our new site, please do click on the link above, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Thanks a mil for watching, bye bye.